Something I like about Rachel's entry into the show is when she's saying all that stuff about them judging Dorit, so now she's feeling judged for it. She's standing up to Kyle, which is something she can do. She's not Erika or Sutton, who depend on Kyle for this job. She's an equal. I've been thinking about this recently. Rachel Zoe is doing for Beverly Hills what they tried to tell us Jenna Lyons would do for New York. Because I was about to be like, she's Rachel Zoe. She's the fashion and the drama and the yeah, this is what they tried shoving down our throats with Jenna Lyons, and it just wasn't organic.
We gonna stir it up and do things our way. So if you wanna move, get out of our way.
Hey.
Well, happy post Super Bowl Sunday. I have no idea who's won. We have no idea who's won because this is we're coming to you from the past. So
And for those listening, I do want to point out, if people make fun of you for watching Housewives and they're all worked up about the Super Bowl, they too are watching rich strangers fight each other for next season's contract. It's no different.
no different whatsoever. It's just misogyny. That if somebody tells you like all this stuff about Bravo, it's just misogyny. Look, it's all the same. So as we have said before, this podcast is the sports center of Housewives. That's what we do. We analyze it.
Yeah, think of the two Super Bowl teams as the two rival couches at the big reunion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go. And speaking of, like, really, this is like the Beverly Hills is kind of like the New England Patriots of the Housewives franchises, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. America's team.
Oh God. No, that was the Cowboys, but you know, they haven't been that really for a very long time. So
yeah.
and I root for no one. I root for no one when it comes to football, but I have my favorites when it comes to Beverly Hills, but we're not talking about my favorites. We're talking about episode 15 because that's what they say it is. Anyway.
So I guess we should dive right in. After you guys subscribe. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Because if you don't, we might verbally accost you.
Oh my God.
Lord have mercy.
Amanda Frances.
Or should we say Crystal Minkoff Jr.?
God. She's really clinging to the semantics.
I mean, breaking out the definition. Oh, for fuck's sake! Like, I truly wrote that. I was like, are we really doing this? Are we really doing that? But look, she created a moment. Just like Crystal had. Again, this is why I say she studied Housewives. She did. She studied it. She says that she didn't. She says she only watched one episode. Exactly that eye roll. Yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you saw that eye roll. But like,
unless we find out that cult that she was in was some kind of Kimmy Schmidt bunker situation, I'm pretty sure she's seen The Real Housewives.
Because it has been on since she's been in college. Like, hello, yeah. No, believe me, she was at least in grad school watching it. Come on, like, please. Yeah. So anyway, but like, so her and Dorit are going at it, and to be honest with you, I don't think either of them is right. To be honest with you, because I think like because Dorit is also a dog with a bone here, and like they're both trying to prove their point, and neither one is willing to apologize to just let it go or just make it happen. Make people happy. But it was interesting watching Amanda fight the way that she does in the very passive aggressive way by bringing up these things, but then also punting almost the entire argument over to Kyle, like saying, I was just agreeing with Kyle. Like, that's what I was doing. And then kind of knowing that Dorit would jump on Kyle for that. It's very way to deflect.
Which also tells us that she watched Housewives before, because she seems to be very aware of the dynamics between Kyle and Dorit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do, by the way, like Dorit when I'm tired of this word, but when she's activated, this is when she shines. She shines.
Well, this is when I think she's the most authentic Dorit that we're seeing. And so like this Dorit in the car with a cigarette, when she and Bose and Rachel went out, when Rachel had her breakdown, which we'll get to in a minute, I was like, oh, please go have a cigarette. Please, the two of you have a cigarette. Like, I can totally see Rachel and Dorit outside having cigarettes.
Yeah. Rachel smokes. I mean,
completely. Yeah.
Something when Dorit, I was thinking about Dorit because she makes, when she's arguing with you, like at this dinner table, she locks in, she leans in, she makes eye contact. I was like, oh my God, there's a little bit of Kim Richards Amsterdam in her. She's like, ready to go, Amanda? Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She is like highly engaged. I like her this way.
Mm-hmm. But unlike Kim Richards, Kyle is willing to go in it with her. Like, you know, she's willing to say, hey, no. But this is because at least when this whole argument, I actually find kind of moot, because this is my thing. And I was talking about it with a friend of mine, because truth is, fuck it. When it comes to PK coming after her divorce-wise, fine, whatever. Like when it comes to like that. But why Dorit, in my opinion, should really keep her mouth shut about PK and like stop talking, bad-mouthing him about being a bad father, is because of her babies. Because her children have access to the internet and can read about the things that she is saying about their father in the public eye. And as a child of divorce, it really hurts to hear one parent badmouth the other parent, because no matter how much like you love the other parent, like you love your other parent, even when they're doing bad things, like you still love your parent. And also that parent, you're a part of them. They're a part of you. So as a child, a lot of times you start to think, well, does the parent who's bad mouthing my other parent, do they hate that part of me? And it's really hard. And especially because her children are so young, that can be hard to disseminate. Her children have access to the internet. They're finding out this stuff. Like she's got to like, that would be my argument, is you need to, that's fine. He's bad mouthing him to their friends. Fine. Do it off camera, but please don't do it in front of your children, and don't do it on camera for the sake of your children. So food for Dorit's thought.
Yeah. I don't know what I still don't understand PK, his business, his life, anything about him, and the fact that we still have no answers. Because I'm like, what is in my head, Dorit's the breadwinner. I don't know what PK does, but she has, like, she's going on how many years on Housewives? She has a nice contract. So the argument that the threat, it's like PK could get upset. You don't know what PK could do. I don't think they're talking about like violence. I think they're talking about like court.
I think also like what they're talking about is that he could make things he could drag things out. He can make things super uncomfortable. He could take her money. Like he can financially ruin her in that sense. Like maybe he doesn't have a lot of money, so maybe he's going to go after her money. I don't know. And on that thought too, I do think that Kyle though can be quite conciliatory regarding these men, like regarding PK and regarding Mo and the divorces. Like I think sometimes that she does not stand up for her girlfriends in a certain way. So I do understand why Dorit feels abandoned by Kyle emotionally as a friend, because she does feel that like that that are friends taking up for the men in some ways.
Yeah, and Kyle too likes to tell her friends how to feel. She
Yes.
anytime someone else is upset, she shuts them down. They're not allowed to feel that way. Like, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. But when she's upset, she expects the whole cast to coddle her and calm while she taps the corner of that tissue to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is also why, like, when, like, I look at Mo when, like, she's crying at the, at Amanda slash their old home, and, like, I do feel sorry for her, yet at the same time I'm also like, you got what you wanted. Like, why are you crying? Like, because you thought you wanted this, and now it's probably just something he's seen over the last like 30 years, and he's just tired of seeing it.
Mm.
Which, again, then I sound conciliatory, but I just go, you don't know what a relationship's like unless you've been in it. And I just feel like there's certain reasons that Mo is checked out, and we do see them. Like, if you live with that day in and day out, then that starts to happen. Just like I'm sure there are reasons that she feels that way too about him. So, but she's just unwilling to. We said last week that I did that I was kind of glad that they were finally being real about their relationship. And I need to correct myself. I feel like he's finally being real about their relationship. She's still trying to put up somewhat of a facade. She's come down a little bit, but she's still trying to keep it like, no, we're happy. We're perfect. We're going to get along. We might still
Right.
get back together.
She likes this idea of the modern family, like the TV show. Like, look at how, like, we're not like the other divorced couples. We're not like that. Our family's unique and different, and we're the cool divorcees. Like,
Exactly. Oh,
yeah.
no.
You know what was hilarious though? Jennifer Tilly.
Oh my
Did you
God,
catch? She is like the audience plant in this. She is, of the two friends you have Kathy, who doesn't watch the show. She's there like learning. The audience is teaching her what the hell she's filming. Then you have Jennifer Tilly, who like she's there, she's one of us. Did you hear her when she's like watching from down the other end of the table?
Yes.
She's like, it's like we're in different zip codes. You're
She's
in
like, I'm coming down
Beverly Hills.
there.
Yeah, but she said, you're in Beverly Hills, I'm out in Calabasas. And she grabs her chair and runs over.
Thank you. I was like, yes, Jennifer, yes. She's like, I'm getting in on this. I need to hear this, please.
By the way, that line felt very PCP, I just have to say.
Yep.
How much time do we spend explaining the geography of where these women live and how almost none of them live in Beverly Hills? So
Thank you. Yep, except for yep. Well, and then Rachel's like, when Rachel like kind of, she stands up for herself but is also standing up for Dorit. I thought that was really astute. And she's like kind of on the verge, and she's like talking about how she doesn't want her venting or her emotions like used against her, which I was like, that's valid for you and it's valid for Dorit, but I also do think that this is a different case. Every case is going to be individual, and I don't think that like we'll see, because you've just entered this arena now of divorcing Roger, and we will see what you say. But I don't think that she's like a triple Virgo. I don't think she's really going to let that stuff fly out of her mouth too easily, like to be honest with you. Venting, yes, but controlled.
Something I like about Rachel's entry into the show is when she's saying all that stuff about them judging Dorit, so now she's feeling judged for it. She's standing up to Kyle, which is something she can do. She's not Erika or Sutton, who depend on Kyle for this job. She's an equal, if not, she's Rachel. I hate to say, by the way, I've been thinking about this recently. Rachel Zoe is doing for Beverly Hills what they tried to tell us Jenna Lyons would do for New York. Because I was about to be like, she's Rachel fucking Zoe.
Oh.
she's the fashion and the drama and the
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is what they tried shoving down our throats with Jenna Lyons, and it just wasn't
Yeah.
organic. Sorry,
Okay.
that was totally just my mind went. But yeah,
No, I think that's perfect because it's true. I mean, look, Jenna Lyons has the pedigree, but she doesn't have the personality.
right.
And that's the thing. Like, Rachel Zoe kind of has it all. I mean, she doesn't necessarily have that pedigree, that designer pedigree, or that that New York pedigree in that sense. Well, I feel bad because it's like she has a different. She came from a
She's like,
different track than Jenna Lyons did, career
and it,
wise.
and in a way, you could say her work has more impact, or just as much impact. Oscar
Mm-hmm.
red carpets, thing, highly visible.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, but even more, because I think a lot of people forget too about being a a stylist. It's not just like an Oscar red carpet. It is a fashion shoot for that particular star. It is picking out, it is working with certain designers. It is creating an entire look for a press junket, like
Mm-hmm.
getting all of those pieces. So that those looks, it is very influential on the zeitgeist that comes through. And she has been very influential for the past 20 years on Hollywood fashion, which then becomes influential on American fashion in the world.
Yeah, she mid 2000s. She used to dress all the people that led us here.
Mm-hmm.
The Nicole Richie, Lindsay, Misha Bart, all those people. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
as I'm saying this, as I adore her, but back then, before Ozempic, there was a rumor,
Yes. Oof.
allegedly, that she had her own ways of keeping her clients thin. Rachel
Yeah.
Zoe thin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was pretty big. And, I think that was, it was sad to put all of that on her because, to be honest with you, that's Hollywood. That's the Hollywood machine. That is agents. That is PR people. That is studio heads. That is the machine. That is not Rachel Zoe.
Well,
Yeah.
they did kind of imply she was the supplier of whatever it was.
Allegedly.
You guys could Google it. You guys can Google it. We're sitting here praising Rachel, so just so you know, don't sue us. Google us like they Googled Amanda. I mean, sorry, Google her and those rumors the same way they Googled Amanda's cult.
Speaking of Googling Amanda's cult, Jennifer Tilly admitted to Googling Amanda. She admitted, she's like, hello, I Googled all these women. And she was full on. She was like, I like them, they're all, those who say that they don't Google the others, they're lying. And she even called out the whole Meghan Markle thing about like, she's like, oh please, Meghan Markle not Googling Harry. Like, I don't think so. But it's true. It's like, and that even goes back to talking earlier about how Amanda said she didn't even watch the show. She only watched one episode. I'm like, please, no.
Yeah.
No. I do my homework. Like, if I had an audition for a show, I watched as much of that show as I could if I didn't already watch that show to make sure I knew what that show was about,
Mhm.
It's like, or I looked up that director, I looked up, everything about, I could, like, whatever it was going to be on. I was like, come on, you do your research. That's what smart people do. And Amanda's smart. I will never say that she's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely calculated. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't think she's not sticking the landing. It's not working for this cast.
Mm-mm. No.
What's her
No.
name? Do you know who I was thinking about watching this dinner party, this dinner table? Is like, what happened to Erika? I hate to
I
say, if
know.
we're talking, she's sliding it when we do Orange County. She's right now in like Emily Simpson territory, where you're like, what is your life? Why are you here? You're just sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's just giving us like kind of fun reactions to things. Like,
Yeah, she's giving like friend of right
mm-hmm.
now. She's a guest at these parties. She's not really in the mix anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people will say, like, I always hear, well, she's had a rough go. Like, give her. It's been many seasons since that news broke. Tom's in prison or wherever he is. This is all. What is she? I mean, it's been a few years of her
Yeah.
just using the legal defense. Now she doesn't want to discuss her new boyfriend on camera. What is she there for except? Well, Dorit called it. I mean, her confessional where she mocks Erika's voice. That's not cool, Kyle. I can't do it. That's not cool, Kyle.
Do it again, one more time. Come on.
That's not cool, Kyle.
That's like if Dorit keeps smoking for another 60 years.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about it, looking at that table, and I'm like, what is Erika? I don't know. It's kind of like she's had a very good run. I'm just going to say that she's had a long run. She's given some amazing stories, amazing moments, and it's like gone now. I mean, or what?
Or what?
Or what?
I mean, we'll see. There have been like, you know, some signs that maybe later on in the season there'll be more sparks and fireworks between her and Dorit. So we'll see. I don't know.
Because I was just thinking too, like I was like, of all the people at that table, she needs this money the most. She should be the one fighting, and she's just kind of like checked out, but she needs the money. This is
so. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Hold on. When they go back to Amanda, when Amanda decides to rejoin the argument, and she's all says that she's not used to this communication style. I love how Bose calls her out. Like, just actually, Bose called her little girl without actually calling her little girl. And I died. I paused and I hollered so loud. I was like, I love this. I was like, when she said, you can't be in charge of how people respond. That's an adult thing to understand. I was like, oh, hello, little girl. Yes. Yeah. You just got little girled. God. Like, yes. I feel like we're like, even though, like, yes, I don't enjoy Bose's main storyline, I am enjoying her commentary and the way that she does talk and engage with people very much, because she at least does engage with people and she's not afraid to have conflict with people.
I like watching her, the way she looks at Amanda with contempt, disgust.
Yes. Oh,
and she gosh. She does not have resting in real life. Like, I've met her. She's happy. So it's not like she looks like that normally. Like, she really must hate Amanda.
She must. Well, and when Amanda is like, well, don't you have boundaries? I was like, girl, boundaries are for yourself, not for other people. You set a boundary for yourself, and you say, if somebody crosses this line, then either like I'm out of here, or I tell them this, or this happens. You don't set a boundary. You don't say like, you can't do this. No, that's not what happens. I was like, dude, like, girl.
She's weaponizing therapy talk.
Amen. She is weaponizing that therapy talk. Yep. She came out of one cult, went into another. Oh no. Sorry.
Like, really, Housewives shouldn't. I don't think Housewives should have therapy. I think they should.
I know you and I differ very muchly on that opinion, but
the more unresolved issues and lack of self-awareness, the better. That is my.
You're so evil. You're so evil, but I mean, it is kind of true. It's like you don't put people. We don't watch this to watch, Kumbaya all day long. Yeah. Like, this isn't the reason we do this. So we want to see human interaction, and we want to see how people, fight and resolve things. We want to see our own relationships mirrored back to us in some ways, or how other relationships happen. So it's like, yeah, some of these fights make me uncomfortable, and some fights like I go, like that's another reason like I would never want to be on this show, because I hate the way that they fight. Like I've worked very hard to try to not fight this way in my life. Like but goddamn.
I can go either way. There's Kim Richards in me. There's definitely a bit of Amsterdam in me. Like I try to lead with the Amanda, like I'm uncomfortable with this conversation. And then like, but what I'm basically warning you is that like if you don't stop right now, I'm gonna like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you're gonna smash a drink. So yeah.
Well, when Dorit brings up the cult, when she said, I thought you ran away from a cult, you know what? That also was not the mic drop moment that I think Dorit wanted it to be. Like, I thought it was a funny way to kind of bring that up. Like, I was like, what? Like, it was weird. But then Amanda, again, like in this weird way, she uses her soft, upset voice. Like, why would she bring that up? Like, and I've noticed that she tends to modulate her voice in certain ways when she wants to like, now I'm hurt, Amanda. Oh my God, why would you do that to me?
It's kind of like with Paris, how she, you know, she has the baby voice.
But Paris does it. But Paris does it as a shield for herself to like for certain things. I mean, it is somewhat manipulative, but like Amanda's definitely using it as a manipulative thing to make people feel sorry for her more.
Yeah, she puts on this like breathy baby voice. It's like me, victim.
What? And then she's and I love it again. Another wonderful Tilly moment where she asks like, well, tell us about tell us about this cult, you know? But Amanda's basically, it was like, we'll talk about it another time, but I'm an open book. You can ask me anything about it. Well, then let's talk about it now, girl. Like, talk about it now. And she does it again to Kyle when they're on their hike later on. Kyle's like, I want to hear more about this cult. And she's like, anytime. She's like, I'm an open book. I was like, well, why don't you talk about it now? Or is this something like the producers didn't want you to talk about now? But like, I would have just been like, okay, let's just get this over with. Let me just explain this to everybody right here, because you've all read the blog post. You all know about it now, but let me explain it to you right now. But instead she deflects and she defers. And I was like, that's not the point.
Yeah. I mean, at the reason Dorit and her fighting were over that she doesn't want to do anything at the table. Amanda. Right. It's always like, let's have this conversation off camera or another time.
I just had this realization. I think she is one of those housewives who only wants to put on camera what she wants. She's that difficult person who's like, I'm going to silo my real life and my housewife's life. And I think she might be starting to realize that that's not the way this works. There's very few things you can keep off camera.
Yeah. I mean,
or they're going to come after you for it.
Right. They smell, there's, what is it? Blood in the water. These women are sharks. They're assassins.
Yeah. They don't let you get away with that stuff. No.
What else happened? What else?
Well, Rachel breaks down because she knows what a verbal assault is, and that insinuates that like Roger verbally assaulted her. That insinuates it.
That's funny. Like, I don't think of Roger Berman. Like, I feel like Rachel Zoe could beat him up. I just want to say he is not the toughest. And I've seen him in person and stuff. He's like, I just want to say.
But nobody thought that. Okay, I'm not saying that they're the same person or the same thing would happen, but that's what we all thought of Russell Armstrong.
True.
It is always the person that you don't think that is. And when they showed because I was like, I didn't think Roger was that bad. But then when they showed a flashback of that time, one of the times that Roger went off on her in front of like her, in front of Brad, in front of all those people, I was like, oh, that's right. He used to get really upset. It was more than just like, you're running late and da da da. Like he used to like yell at her, and I'd forgotten that, and so it kind of jogged my memory of like how mean he could be at times.
Oh yeah, I was thinking back to him on the show, like he was like that grump who watched the bottom line. I did,
Mm-hmm.
and by the way, I'm not doubting that. I wasn't
No,
saying I'm not calling Rachel a liar, but I'm like, you should smack him, Rachel. I don't think he's very tough.
right,
That's all I'm saying.
right.
Beat him.
But she's tiny. She wears those huge heels. But she could hit him with a heel. She could hit him.
Yeah.
She could knock him out with a platform. Those are strong.
Her level of thinness is just beautiful. It's amazing. It's inspirational.
We are turning back to those times again, seems like. Anyway,
Okay.
I did find when she was breaking down crying. Now it could be in the editing, so I will put that little asterisk there. But Amanda seemed completely disinterested in Rachel's breakdown. Doesn't seem to do anything. Doesn't seem to like say anything to her. In fact, is kind of looking away and just not like reaching out or touching her to make sure like anything's okay. You know, it's not like she's having a conversation with Kyle or with Sutton across the way. Because I wondered about Sutton, but Sutton was talking to some other people, and then she turns her head as the other women are kind of getting her up. But I was like, Amanda, you're sitting literally right next to this woman. And maybe it's been cut out, but you don't seem to really be giving a shit.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, but I could be. I don't know. Anyway.
What else happens? We get some. Okay, this is where. So then we get those transitional scenes. And I was a little upset that this was like 5 seconds and we have to sit through her fertility journey that we're not really interested in. It's kind of feels forced on us. No offense. But I was like, wait, stop. You got your daughter a Maserati? Let's circle back, Bo. Let's circle back to that. It was giving me flashbacks to like old Umansky, you know, when the girls or Mo would surprise her with a Maserati, same thing, or the girls with the Mercedes.
I mean, I'm really shocked you didn't go OG to like Vicky Gunvalson giving Brianna that Mercedes and then telling her she's going to make the payments on it.
I was going to say, I don't think Bose would make her daughter.
I mean, I also assume that that's a lease too. So
yeah, and they do sort of they do like Maserati, but also others. They do kind of there are arrangements that could be made. It made it on camera.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, exactly. Although I'm a hypocrite. Whatever. Let's get over it. Let's call me whatever. But I will say so about Bose and her fertility journey real quick, because there's 2 things I want to bring up. First of all, that she only got 2 eggs out of her egg retrieval is that's so bad. That's so bad. And I don't know if I really hope that doctor wasn't blowing sunshine up her ass, because that's not good. In fact, when she was having her ultrasound and it was like, oh, you have 5 egg houses, I was like, that's really bad. Like, and I've had a gazillion different jobs. One job many years ago was working in a fertility clinic. Like, to have like good ones, like you should have like 15 or 20. Like you want to be getting like at the minimum like 10 eggs. So, and it is very hard at 48 to like do that. So just saying, it's not surprising. I also was kind of mad when she was like, the doctor was like, no, it's the age of the egg. I was like, it's also the age of the sperm. Old man sperm doesn't help things too. I was like, so it's both. But also, okay, here's the tea though. That fertility center is closed now. They owe over $150,000 in back rent. And they have basically, their phone is turned off. They're not taking any phone calls. They sent out emails to their clients telling them that they are going to have to move their embryos to California, or they need to come up with different arrangements for where they want them to take, and it was like all last minute. This is all like in the news in Las Vegas and stuff like that. And then if you go to the Yelp reviews, and now Yelp reviews for doctors are notoriously terrible because anybody will just complain, but there is a pattern here of the bad Yelp reviews for this place, and it's like, oh my god, I wonder if they thought that like the fact that like this doctor was so willing to keep pushing like for a 48-year-old woman to do this just makes me really also, I'm not very happy with Keeley. Basically, it sounded like he was not listening to Bose because Bose was like, I don't know. Basically, I don't know if it's worth it if we're only going to get 2 bad eggs. And he's like, well, we'll cross that bridge. We just got to keep you healthy. And and I was like, shut up. Shut up, sir. You're not, her body is getting abused right now. She's putting her body through so much right now for you, because she already got a child. This is for you. Oh my god. Anyway, okay, rant over. But there's a lot going on with that fertility center, and it ain't good.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a trade too, because I know fertility processes are out of pocket and very expensive. And why did she go to Vegas? Now that I think about it, we're in LA.
Honestly, I don't know why she was going to Vegas.
Unless it was a promotional. That's what I'm saying. Like, unless it was like a promotional trade.
Well, this is what I'm seeing, because it is so expensive. I don't think it was a promotional trade because I think this place obviously needed the money. What it seems to be, though, is that this place was making really big promises and then offering like refunds if people didn't get pregnant and stuff. But you can't do that because infertility treatments are notorious. There's no guarantee when it comes to fertility treatments. So you can't offer refunds like that. And so people are, that's what this consistency in these Yelp reviews are. People are like, they never got their refunds. They had bad service. Like they were promised these refunds. So this company, they don't have money. They needed money. And so they might have even thought that like, oh, if we're on the show, we'll get a lot of money. They might have even reached out to Bose to be like, hey, girlfriend, help us out. We'll give you this. Maybe we'll cover your meds or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so enough about that.
What else happens? We have wedding planning with Kyle and Alexa. Blah, blah. Funny thing, though, totally related. When Kyle was like, how is Kathy going to get this invitation?
How did she get that invitation?
Yeah, what was that? Alexa says she was texting people the link, a paperless post. Yeah, I don't know, because there's so many lines of communication with Kathy. And you kind of have to hit multiples to figure out. You don't know where she is in the world. You don't know which device she has. Like, so I laughed at that because it's true. Like,
well, I laughed at the beginning when Kyle looked at like the stairs and she imitated Kathy, be like, "Where's the elevator?"
Yeah, I mean, looking at the venue, I don't know if you've seen the weddings of Kathy's children. I don't think Alexa's wedding was exactly in the.
Well, okay, I will say in Alexia's defense is that when you look at any venue before it's been built out and decorated, it looks like kind of like, wow, you're like, oh my, what the heck is going on here? But once a competent wedding planner and event designer gets their hands on it, they can make magic happen out of any place. So, I mean, I will just say that. So, and her pictures looked really great, although granted, pictures only are a certain part. But anyway.
Oh yeah. I just, the whole like execution, the last minute, it's like a month before the whole thing. I was like, yeah. Well, Kathy did go, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
She showed up with Nikki.
Mo's a DJ now? Is he hooking up with Kyle Cook? You know, on the DJ circuit, on the Bravo DJ circuit, like with Meredith Marks too. Is that what they're doing? All of that.
Oh, and Erika's getting into DJing as well.
That is right.
Oh boy.
Good God, this is what we need. Another DJ in this world.
Was she joking when she said he plans to make his name DJ Momentum?
I actually hope not. I think she was, but I kind of hope she's not. Because I thought that was funny.
Well, then so the debriefing, Rachel goes to Kathy's. Rachel Zoe. It's weird. I have to say Rachel Zoe because when I hear people say Rachel, I'm like, who's Rachel?
No, it is Rachel.
Rachel. She's a full name. Like,
yes, she's a first and last name person.
Rachel sounds kind of plain or regular. Rachel sounds like someone I would have gone to school with. I'm like, huh? Who's the new girl?
It sounds like Ross and Rachel. Like it's like friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's Rachel Zoe.
Yeah. So Rachel Zoe goes to Kathy's. Paula, the housekeeper. Did you see the lady? Did you guys see the lady?
The lady. She got a name, the lady.
I just want to put out there that, well, she does sometimes. She knows that I like Diet Coke or Coke Zero. But sometimes I go into the kitchen and get it myself. I'm not a housewife. I'm not a VIP, but that is Paula the lady, and she's delightful.
But sometimes she'll bring you a Coke Zero.
Yeah, like I don't want to bother her, so I'll go get it myself. But it's the same thing. Yeah, she does that setup with Rachel and Kathy. That's very like real life. Like when you go there, you go in the den and they ask if you want a drink. It's the whole thing. Kathy's in that chair.
Kathy chair. No. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Man. So you're like, oh, I feel at home watching this scene.
One time, this was and I feel like I voice texted it to you. Maybe this was a couple months ago, and I was like at the grocery store by them, and I was picking up like a protein bar or something, and I turned around and Paula was behind me getting, she was running errands for Kathy and stuff, and I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, wait, don't tell them I live a normal life, please. No.
I mean, clearly they don't listen to the podcast, so
yeah, that's true. They have no idea. I think, yeah.
Oh man.
But on that, no.
Man.
Rachel was told Kathy here what you were saying Dorit should do earlier, which is Rachel said she's trying to keep the divorce as quiet as possible for the benefit of the kids.
Well, and it's interesting because Rachel's trying to keep it quiet in the public eye for the benefit of the kids. Whereas before, Dorit was trying to not say anything, period, to the kids about getting divorced, which was wrong because we all knew that the kids would find out, which they did. And then she has to go on explaining it to them. Whereas like, it's more like she's just whereas Rachel is trying to shield the children from the public fallout from it. You know what I mean? And so it's very interesting watching these two women go through divorces with children, younger children, then basically like forget about Kyle because Kyle's not going through a divorce. She's just separated. She's doing whatever she wants. But like these two women going through a divorce with young children and dealing with it in vastly different ways, yet still like having this overwhelming concern for their children. So I think it's like, yeah, I just think it's very interesting to watch for me. Yeah.
I do like the little bond though. Rachel and Dorit seem to really, connect. I thought they would be frenemy. I thought they would be, remember when we found out Rachel was joining the show, I think we put out on there, they're either going to be best friends or mortal enemies. Because there are a lot of similarities with them. Could be, at the birthday dinner, it's Rachel's the only one who would speak up to Kyle about it, in Dorit's defense. So
yeah, I do think that Dorit is also starting to take some style notes from Rachel Zoe too.
Mm.
I've noticed a couple of like subtle changes. Granted, there are also like changes in fashion too,
Mm.
but there's there's a looseness to, but this also could be divorce as well, like maybe not feeling that she has to do certain things for PK anymore as
Mm-hmm.
well. But there's a little bit of a looseness that is happening with her style, with Dorit's style now, that is a little bit more a la Rachel Zoe.
Mm.
But I could just be reading into things.
I could see them like picking up. Yeah.
I can see Rachel going, you don't have to wear, you don't have to show the labels that you're wearing. Let me show you how to buy high end stuff
Mm.
without like broadcasting it. That's what I can see her doing.
Yeah, I could see Dorit being really excited and wanting to impress Rachel. Like, I'm gonna make Rachel my friend. The same way she did with Boz last season. Bose last season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when she gets a little sparkle in her eye, she's like, "You're gonna be my new bestie."
She does. And there's something endearing about Dorit. As annoying as she can be, there is something endearing about her. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, well, I mean, she has lunch with Sutton and Rachel Zoe while, and they intercut it with Kyle and Amanda on their hike at Fryman.
Yeah.
And the three of them at lunch talk about how Amanda was playing down her opinion that okay, let me back up. Dorit kind of comes for Sutton for a second, like, where were you? You're the one who told me all this stuff, and then you didn't pipe up. And Sutton's like, excuse me, you were fighting your battle pretty well. Like, you didn't need my help. But the main thing was that, like, it was like, Amanda was deflecting and not really acknowledging that this was her opinion as well. Like, it might have been Kyle's opinion too, but it was her opinion. She wasn't just agreeing. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, Kyle, I agree with you. Da 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 da. No. She had the same opinion. She said this opinion at lunch at Kathy's. So this wasn't. It was like she just like punted it to Kyle. So
Yeah.
it's like, no.
Then they get into it though, which I like too.
Mm-hmm.
Something's amiss.
Yep.
That was, when we like earlier in this episode when we were talking about how you had said Amanda wants to silo her life and keep things off camera, and we were like, these women don't allow you to do that. This was like that little meeting, this little lunch with Sutton, Dorit, and Rachel Zoe sitting there going, let's get to the bottom of Amanda Frances. I was like, oh, Amanda, you're about to die. When all they're missing is Lisa Rinna.
When the witches of Eastwick get together, they're gonna figure this shit out. Like, well, I mean, Rachel, I fucking vibe with Rachel in the way that she thinks, to be honest with you, because she says so many things that the way that I think. I was like, she just says them in great and interesting ways and is willing to put herself on reality television, because she said, we're all going to figure out who she is. Like, she's going to reveal herself. Like, basically, like, almost like we don't have to force too much. Like, it's going to come out. And she's just like, let's just see who the fuck she is. Like, it'll come out. And I was like, that is perfect. Because some people are like, I got to figure this out. I got to find this out. And it was like, no. We'll find out. Like, it's going to be revealed. We don't have to do too much prying. Like, there's certain things. And the way that, like, Sutton then said, how do we make her feel more included to get her to open up? I was like, bingo. That's smart right there. That's smart housewiving. That is like smart, because everything that they were saying about how that, Rachel even saying like that they thought that her identity was like basically being a boss babe and having this. And I was like, exactly. Because they talk about what we were saying last week, that like all she talks about is her business and these things and all these superficial things. And it's like, well, how did they want to know how she started this business, how she got these things, how all these things that make her, not just the things that she has.
Yeah. Yeah, she boils her life down to numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't want you to ask a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm. Because she wants to be the narrator of her life when it comes to the public perception. And Kyle was really like with Amanda, like she really was like throwing Dorit under the bus, like saying, well, I do agree. Dorit is too angry to hear Kyle. She really is. But there's also like there's some more stuff behind there. But when she was like, oh, that when Dorit did a deep dive on Amanda, and I was like, Detective Dorit was not on the case. Like this was easy to find. Like, come on. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And you Googled her too. Come on, Kyle. You Googled her the minute she bought your house.
Yeah.
You knew a lot more about this chick because you went into escrow with her. She bought your house. You know a lot about this woman. So stop playing kind about this.
Ooh. I need to get that. We're going to find out what kind of mortgage.
Yeah, find that out.
Amanda. Thank you. Noted. Yep. I need to do that. Because you can find that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1 second. Ooh, okay. So we had to get to the bottom of it, and immediately, instead of saying we'll get to the bottom of it, then forgetting. So I just looked up Amanda's purchase of Kyle's house, the old Bel Air house. She still owes over $4.5 million on it. Just wanted to drop that.
And she bought it for how much?
6.1.
Okay.
4 years ago, and she still owes over 4.5.
And we don't know if they took out another loan for renovations because we can't see that. So
True. I mean, they clearly, not saying it's great run, not saying the work is great or the taste is great, but they did put a lot of money into fixing that house up or changing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm sure over the course of the season she'll let us know how much. I'm surprised on the Bravo tour on Bravo.com, it wasn't like, and this floor, this tile costs, this sconce costs this much. Like,
yep. I'm surprised too.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing real quick before we wrap? In the last scenes, when it was just cutting back between the luncheon of the three and the hike, when I really loved the cut of Amanda saying that Dorit, maybe this is Dorit just being open and honest, and then cutting to Dorit saying like, I'm just being open and honest. I was like, that's a fabulous cut. I fucking love that cut. That's the type of cut I like to make when I'm editing and like two people say the same thing about each other, about one and about the other. I'm like, I love it. And it just made my heart sing because it is a cheap cut, but it's a satisfying cut to do editing wise. So thank you. Whoever cut it that way, I love you.
And what else do we have?
Oh, but there was one last thing. At the lunch, Dorit was saying that she doesn't want to fake friendship with Kyle, and she was saying that she protected Kyle. Like she was, and I the way she was saying this and insinuating something, she was insinuating that she's like going to bring out some bad stuff about Kyle, or that she has some skeletons in her closet about Kyle. So I was like, okay, Dorit, I'm listening. Okay. So
yeah, because I don't think they're going to end on a good note again. Kyle and Dorit. So
no. So we shall see.
Well, on that note, did you guys make sure to tell everyone at your Super Bowl party to subscribe to us?
Hello. Well, at least you can in your post Super Bowl party. Put in your pictures. Be like, hey, I'm now listening to PCP as I make this post. Hello. Just do it. You know you love it. You know you love us. We're back. We're here for you. Always.
Well, on that note, adios.